Tracy's popping on. John's here. That's super fun. Oh, and here comes Steve. I'm gonna put Steve. What up, Tracy? Oh my gosh, my little calendar's a wreck. Good morning. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm hanging in there, Hanging in there. It is January 31st. Woo woo. It's Friday. Hey, Steve Tassie, you have a note taker on here that shows up every day. If you know how to remove it, I would love that. Because every day I decline it. So I'd love if you know how to get it off there. That'd be great. All right. This is Real Estate MF. Where'd my cool little pin go? Oh, there it is. This is Real Estate MF. I'm Robin Mann. Hey, Corinne. Good morning, John and Essence and Michelle McCutter Jones and Steve and John and Tracy. Oh, everybody's popping in. So come on in. Come on in. So what we do, the first thing we do is talk about real estate. I don't know where that came from. That was my Georgia girl coming out. I was raised in Georgia. But we talk about real estate and then we have a topic. So, oh no, first thing we do is celebrate wins. I'm sorry. My brain went off there after I went on a bizarre pronunciation. So, first thing we do is celebrate wins. So, who has a win that they would like to celebrate? Ooh, we got lots of people popping on. Last day of the month. What you got? What you got, people? I know you got a win.
I have a win.
Tell us.
Lots of coffees set up with my ladies after the networking event. So I'm trying to take everything as a win right now. So
I love it. That is a win. That is a massive win. Good job. Who else has a win? I know you got wins. Who's got one? I heard him. Who was it? What are you celebrating? What are you doing in your business that's good? What'd you do good yesterday? I am only something the green says over here. I don't know what they're talking about. She's the only one here. Well, good morning. No, you're not. There's 4 other folks and me. And there's more coming. So good morning. All right. So celebrating wins. What do I have winning? I have a listing. I don't know if we're going to go live today or if we're going to wait till next week. We'll probably go live today. It's 10 acres in Waxhaw. And it's a great house, 3,200 square feet. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I had drone work done and it turned out really good. And yeah. So, and it's $1 million listing. So, woo-hoo. So pretty excited about that. I think it will do really well. So.
congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. We've been working on it for 3 years.
Well, then go live today.
Right?
What are you waiting for?
Well, I got to get the pictures back. I'm hoping that once I'm off this call, my photos will be back. And then I can go live. So, who else? What you got? How are we winning today?
I wrote 10 handwritten notes yesterday.
Yeah, you did. Did you mail them?
Yes.
Woo woo! Because I am known for writing things and then they sit here on my desk.
They are in the mail.
I love it. I love it. I will say, do you remember I told you about the old crotchety lady? Do you know why? I mean, I know, like, she said she was going to keep in touch with me, but do you know what triggered her memory again? Is I sent out, hey, Beth, I sent out my Love It or List It cards, which is my face on top of David and Hillary's face. I sent her one, and she didn't even know what it was. She was like, "You look like you changed." Like she had no clue who they were or that it was my face on there. She's like, "I just didn't. It was 2 Robins. I didn't get it." But Yeah, it's okay. We had a great chat about it. So, anyways, that was one of the reasons. So, I'm going to call her husband today and set up time because she's going to Italy. I'm not going to Italy.
So I was gonna say that, a commercial referral that I gave like over a year ago, I got notice yesterday that there's like 2 prospects, so I'm super excited about that.
That's very exciting. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. Who else? Who else? I know you got some wins. What y'all do good yesterday? Come on. Don't be afraid. It's F-Bomb Friday. Come on. Just F and say it.
One of my tenants got approved for a house.
Love it.
Awesome.
That's awesome. I had a great lunch yesterday where I met with an agent who's in my organization. He was a client and then he became an agent. And so we are still in each other's circle. And he's doing some creative things and he has a program that he's working on that's really working. And so he and another realtor and I met to talk about maybe doing some of it together. And it could be very exciting. So it was a great call. Hi, Rugger. Y'all, if you have a win, you just type it into the comments. I'll share it out with the crowd. And if you have something you want to talk about, you can put it in there too. We are a real estate conversation mostly. So what else you got?
I'm going on the President's Club trip.
Look at you! Woo! How do you earn a spot on the President's Club trip?
You gotta close more than $20 million.
Yeah, you did. Woo, woo, woo. Tracy sent me a cool email the other day. That's amazing, Tracy. Good job. She sent me a cool email that other day that over the last 12 months, every 15 days, I got a new listing on average. I was like, damn. What?
Say that again?
Every 15 days over the last year, I got a new listing.
Wow,
Right?
that's
That's
great.
what I said. I was like, that's a lot of lists. I mean,
It's a lot.
that's 2 a month, at least 2 a month.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. Yay me. Woo, woo. Yay people. Thank you. So yeah, that was a cool stat to see. I didn't, and she sent it to me and she's like, congrats. And I was like, what did I do? It's great.
That's amazing to everybody. Congratulations.
Thank you. Corinne Dever says, tomorrow I have an appointment to get a listing agreement signed and view the home. Woo woo! Yes, you do. Don't forget to take flowers or some candy or a present or something. Just something. Yeah. Diane Hibbs says, I put my top 100 people I want to keep up with in a custom friend list on Facebook to make it easier to touch them. Diane Hibbs is just my hero. She does the right things. It's all going to come to fruition because she's
He's
working.
my hero too.
Right? She is working it out. All right. Anybody else?
I had an interesting experience yesterday, just watching my own thoughts. I showed a house to a couple that had gone under contract on it, but they had never seen it before outside of a video showing. And they're buying it for investment purposes. But I kept on thinking, oh, they're going to want to cancel this deal because the house needs some work and stuff like that. But the more they saw it, the more they got excited about it. And it was nice because I was just like, okay, this is going to fall apart. This is going to fall apart.
That's awesome.
But
But it didn't.
it didn't. No, they're ready to move forward. Keep on going with it.
I love it. I love it so much. I love it, love it, love it.
But I had
Okay.
to keep on checking my own thoughts and emotions on it because I'm looking at the house. I'm like,
Right.
I wouldn't want to do this work.
Exactly.
But just because I don't want to do it doesn't mean that somebody else doesn't.
No, that's right. I had a showing one time. I'd been out with this couple many times. I kind of knew their deal. And I was like, I got to the house first. I walked through, there was dirty underwear everywhere. There's dog poop on the floor. The house was trashed. And I walked out and I was like, like when she walked up, I was like, she was like, it's bad. I was like, oh, it's bad. So we walked through and she's like, I want it. I was like, and she saw it. Like, so I should have kept my mouth shut, but she saw it. It was probably good that I prepped her because she might have been like the same thing I was. But then I went back and sold the house a few years later. Dude, she rocked that baby out. Like she transformed it. It was beautiful.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's fun to see.
Yeah, so it's good to rein it in.
It's like seeing all my babies that I delivered grow up on Facebook.
That is so cool. Yeah. I've been able to sell sell homes or help two of my previous youth in when I was in youth ministry buy homes, and that's pretty cool.
Someone once told me to get out of your own way. You know, don't make the decision for the client.
Yes.
From my perspective, I'll look at numbers and be like, this is terrible. I would never do this. But you don't know what you don't know about someone.
Right.
Even as close of a relationship as you might have, you've been working with them, you know, for a few months, a year, whatever. Get out of your own, present the data, in your cases, present the house.
Right.
Answer their questions, but don't give, unless they ask for it,
Right.
give your opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, she totally saw it and I didn't. But yeah, she was able to see and say, well, it's Michael's. That's great. But yeah, get out of your own way. Like don't say no before they have an opportunity to say yes.
Don't spend their money.
Don't spend their money. Hey, Veronica.
I took the 2-day ABR course Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
That was one of the subjects. You know, don't give your opinion before, because he was telling us this story about how he hated the house and he was about to say it, and then the guy said, "Yeah, I love this. This is what I want." Yeah. So,
Right. Get out of your own way. I love it. And there's another thing. I was listening to hey, Veronica. Thank you for that, Keisha. I was listening to a training call that I like to keep my brain fresh and hear things from different industries and learn and blah, 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 you know, all that. So anyways, I was listening to this training call about making phone calls, but this is true with any form of communication. He was talking about phone calls, but his statement was, well, one, don't skip the call. Like if you're calling a list, don't be like, you know, Alexandra Taylor, that doesn't sound cool. I'm moving on to Diane Hips. Like, don't skip them. Just go ahead and make the call because Alexandra may be the golden ticket, right? So that was one. But then the next thing is don't give them a no. Don't accept a no before they give it. So you don't talk yourself out of it. Like today, when you want to do the text or do the drop by or don't accept a no. I'm going to write that down because that's not the way they said it, but I like that. Don't accept a no before they get a chance to say yes. I don't know if that's the right way to say that, but I kind of like that. Because, often in our head, we're like, yeah, they're not going to want that. They don't want to work with me. I'm not even going to bother to call. Right? So don't accept a no before they get to say yes. And then also, that's another part of negotiations is like, and man, I had this guy call me the other day. He was a salesman. He worked it out. And I knew what he was doing because I've had sales call training. Whew, he rocked it. So who knows the idea of when someone tells you no, who knows how to work through no's? You know how to work through no's? Like you're wanting something and you need to work through no's. Do you know how to do that?
I would say that I'm learning.
Okay. Well, you can help. Anybody can help with this. So let's say that, Diane, I'm selling you this cup. Okay.
I don't want that.
You don't want this?
No, I'm just saying.
You don't want it. That was your no. So but you do need a cup. We know that you need a cup. Like there's the premise. Okay. You need a cup.
Okay.
So I want to sell you this cup. And you said no.
Well, yeah, I already have a white one.
Okay, well the bonus in this one is so no, what I did was wrong. What I immediately went to is selling, right?
Into it, yeah.
What do I do instead?
Agree with me.
So what I'm hearing is you really do like this type of cup because you already have a white one. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's always do you ever have a moment where you have needed the white cup, but it's dirty, or you've left it in another place, or
I hate it when I do that. Sometimes I leave it in the car.
exactly, yeah, that's a drag. So I hear, you know what I did? So what did I just do? I communicated back what her problem was, right? And then I went for, okay, let's think outside the box solution. What's another reason she may need another cup? She leaves it somewhere else. She leaves it in the car. Somebody else uses it. It's dirty. She forgot to whatever, right? So, well, this cup is very similar to the one that you have. This would be an awesome opportunity for you to have a backup cup,
That's true.
right?
That's been amazing.
Right? So that is what he did, and he did it 5 times. Okay? You go until you get the no. Write that down. Go until you get the no. We, as beautiful, sweet, passive people that we are, we don't want to offend. We don't want to bother. We don't want to pressure them because they might leave us. Is it a win if they leave us?
Yes.
Why is it a win?
You don't have to spend your energy anymore.
Right.
Next
Just wasn't meant.
next opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Next opportunity. Ooh, you said no? Yay. It's the same thing as the 100 no's game, right? Woo, I got a no. Yes, let's move on. Give me another. So you go until you get a no. You don't badger them with why this cup is awesome. Okay, then the next thing would be, well, Diane, what do you do with this cup? Like, what are the places, like, how do you use it in your life?
The one I have, my white one,
Yeah.
I fill it up every day and drink water out of it every day.
So it's important to you to drink water, is what I'm hearing.
Exactly. Yes.
I love it. How much water are you working on a day?
Not enough. I mean, I try to fill it up a couple of times a day.
Love it. So, my husband is phenomenal support in my life, and I've been working on water intake as well. And what we do in the morning that I have found very helpful for me is I go ahead and load up all of the cups for the day with the water that I need to drink. And that way I don't forget, have I filled up this cup twice already? I've got my 3 cups ready, and I know that I need to drink 3 of these. So are you ready for me to send this over to you today for $14.99?
That's a great idea.
So that's what he did, right? You find out their who, what, when, where, why, how. You don't take their first no. You keep going. She said no, but get 5 no's, and then you can move on. Or get no's until they tell you to get out of their face. It's F on Friday. Till they tell you to F off. Right? And if they tell you to F off, okay, yay. I'm so sorry. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a beautiful day. And I hope I do get laid. No. Thanks for the thought. It's so kind of you to think of me that way. Like, totally go for it, right? So, don't accept a no before they get to say yes. And go until you get a no. And that guy was hard. He worked up every scenario for me. Originally, it started out as $15,000. Then it dropped to $12,800. Then it dropped to, you could do 1,000 today. Then it dropped to 500. And I still told him, no. I will make a decision after I speak with my husband. This is a deal we have in our life. We can't spend more. He even used that against me. He's like, what's your limit to spend? I was like, 500. He goes, well, so if we do 450, you're okay? I was like, no. So listen to what they're saying you. Parrot it back to them and say, do I understand? Okay? When Wally and I had marital troubles, which we all do, at one point we had some marital troubles and we went to counseling, and the therapist said this was the exercise we had to do. And Wally would say, like, we'll just use this example. Wally would say, Robin, it makes me angry when you put the dishes in the dishwasher because you don't do it correctly. That's what he would say to me, right? My job was to parrot it back with my understanding of it. So So while it makes you mad that I put the dishes away the way you don't like them, is that what you were trying to say? And he would say, no, it makes me angry that you put the dishes away the way I don't like them because it damages the pans. And so then that was the exercise. And we have to go through that, continue. Is that what you meant to say? No, damaging the pans makes me angry because we spent a lot of money on those pans. Or it's pans that my mom gave me. Or it's something that is a hardcore value in our family. We just don't put pans in the dishwasher, which is actually true for his family. So we did this exercise, and that's the same exact thing in sales. Well, tell me more about that. Like, why is it important to you that I don't put pans in the dishwasher? And then we can reverse it. Well, Robin, why is it important? Why do you just load the dishwasher that way? Because in my family growing up, we just wanted to get the dishes in the dishwasher. Like, I was the youngest of 5. That was 7 people up in the house. Let's just load it up and get it done. I didn't care about the pans because our pans were not expensive. We just wanted the dish done, right? So we came from 2 different places, and then we came to, I will respect pans. If I don't load other things right, it's on him to fix it. Because I'm doing my thing, he's doing his thing. Same thing with sales. Why do you not like this house? Okay, well, you want it to be that. Well, all those houses are 100 grand more. Can we get 100 grand more? No. Okay, so then what are the most important things about the house? You said you wanted a turnkey house. What if it's turnkey structurally and with all of like everything about it except for the cosmetics are turnkey? Are you interested in that? Is it more important for you to have a pretty house with a bad AC or a brand new AC with a house that needs new carpet? Help them see it. Is it important for you to not be hassled with having your house repainted to a neutral color before listing? Or is it more of interest to you to lose $25,000 because they think that's what it's going to cost to paint your house? That's what a listing agent would say. What's more important to you, the money or the convenience? And then, like we set aside, don't get in your own way. I know it's going to sell for more with getting it painted, and it's going to be faster, it's going to be easier, it's going to be a better scene for them. But if they've got 12 kids and 8 dogs, and the husband travels and the wife does a full-time job, and painting the house is not an option, all right. Well, then we'll take that $25,000 hit. I totally thoughts on this, and then we do have to defer to our loan people because it's lender day. It's up on Friday, lender day. But thoughts on any of this, or questions, or yeah, I'm so glad you said this, or where can I learn more? What are you thinking?
I actually want, and if I hope I don't, I mean, I know we're close on time, but I would love to hear your story of how you worked that listing for 12 months. Like, what was your follow-up? What was your relationship with that client that it took 12 months to get that, like, obviously you were advising them on stuff. What was that process?
Right. It was a constant being, one, they are people that I've known for a while, so we have a relationship. They weren't a cold lead. So it was a constant checking in, giving more than they needed, following up. So, for example, when I went out there the first time, it was a train wreck. And so we talked through what's their timeline, what are their expectations, what are they envisioning, and at that point, it was going to be a maximum of 4 months before they were going to be out, because they wanted to be moved out before listing. And so it's going to be a maximum of 4 months. Well, then they had snafus come along, and then they did want to have some things done on the house, and then they did want to look for a rental. So all along the way, I was in their lives every 2 weeks maximum. I was referring vendors. I was dropping by, like I dropped by a couple times because she wanted opinions on this or this. And I didn't have the listing agreement signed. So they could have gone with someone else. That's probably an error on my part. I should have had the listing agreement signed because they're using my ability, and they would have signed it. I just didn't. So I was constantly in touch with them and being a resource to them. So that's what's interesting. You know, people think Robin gets this $1 million listing, she closes it in 60 days, and woo, look at that. She gets paid all that money in 60 days. Oh, hell no.
F no.
That relationship, that's right, F no. That relationship started 20 years ago. And then we put it into high gear in the last year, right? Thank you for that question. I can go more, I mean, like if that's helpful. But it was just a constant happy birthday. You know, where are you on the new house? Did you want to go look at that rental? We'd go look at rentals because they wanted to be in a rental before they moved. Recommending movers, recommending storage places, just all those things. And then this last 2 weeks, I've been over there. I called staging companies. She wanted to leave her furniture. She didn't want to do it the way the stagers that I know do, where they take everything out and they bring their own stuff in. She wanted to use her stuff. So I hired a local friend and we went over there and we staged it. So I definitely went above and beyond on this one, and it will pay off. So it'll be fun to see. I may start a staging business. No. So I hope that was helpful. Loan lenders. This is a big one. We can talk about that if y'all can come back. The big question that people got all bent up out of shape this week was the stopping of federal funding, and was that going to affect FHA and VA and Fannie Freddie? And then they retracted it, and now I don't even know what we're doing now. So we don't even have to talk about that. What would you talk about in terms of lenders? Hold on, Kev. We got it's FBOM Friday, and these are our two lender experts, and then I'll get you, Kevin.
I'm going to make one quick comment, and I'll let John chime in with whatever he has. But last week, he spoke a lot about rates and the 10-year Treasury, and I want to point out something today. That's what we finished with last week, was focusing on the data and paying attention to the 10-year Treasury. So the inflation report came out this morning, which is usually a market mover, and it came in line at expectations. And the bond market right now is at 4.512 unchanged, meaning it's the same as it was yesterday after that news. Now that's going to move a little bit, but that's the thing to watch on a morning when there are announcements. CNBC.com, it's the very top. There's the Dow futures, the S&P, NASDAQ futures, oil, and then the 10-year Treasury. It's really, really, really easy to follow to get an idea of what that means and where your rates will be for.
And so it's at 4.51. Is that good?
Well, it's unchanged, right?
It's unchanged.
And we can get into it, and it's another day, another topic on how it moves and whatever. And that doesn't mean that rates are 4.5. There's a margin added to that, but it's the movement of that rate that matters. If that rate goes up, mortgage rates have pressure up. If that rate goes down, mortgage rates have pressure to go down.
Okay,
it's
cool.
not an exact, but it's a quick way for you guys to open your phone, your CNBC app every day if you want to know that kind of stuff and see which way the market's going to be moving that particular day.
Well, I love that because I constantly get how's the market, how are the rates, what's today's rate, and if I know, I can just look at that and say, oh, it's trending that. Well, we're kind of holding steady because it's unchanged. Right. That's a great that's a great nugget. Thank you. John, what you got, man?
And on top of that, another, if you guys wanted to use it because it kind of puts everything in one place, there's an app, Mortgage News Daily, which is really good. They'll show you the average rates, like for mortgages. It gives you the treasury rate and the mortgage-backed securities, which is that's who buys the mortgages and really determines the rates. But then it's got a news section. You can go through there if you want to keep up with announcements and where things are and what the market's going to do. So that's a good resource too.
Also, and John, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Oh, it's
a
good.
key point about the Mortgage News Daily is that's an actual survey of lenders' rates. That is real time. So they surveyed in real time versus when the news says rates are 6.75, that was Freddie Mac's survey from 10 days ago. Mortgage
Oh,
News Daily is a
Real
daily
time.
rate survey that they do to actual lenders.
I love it. Y'all are dropping the nuggets today. I love it.
Yes, thank you.
All right, beautifuls. Oh, Kevin, you got something real quick? We're at time.
Very quick.
Okay.
Absolutely, all this political stuff has immediate effect on real estate. The other day, I got a call on one of my listings from a buyer out of state, Tennessee, federal worker looking to move here.
Mm.
And the reason she called me, first of all, because I changed the advertising and I decided to promote the assumable FHA rate on that house.
Okay.
4.99%.
Right.
You cannot get this today.
Right.
Okay. And boy, did my showings explode
Right.
on that place, literally. And I go into my calendar and I see, because before it was like 1-2 showings a week, and now I'm getting 1-2 showings per day.
Nice.
Okay, because of that. So she calls me, very excited about the house, and we talk. And then she kind of drops it on me, kind of goes to what you were saying. You have to dig deep, you
Yes.
kind of have to ask. And she's moving in, and I'm like, okay. So, and she says, well, I'm, working for the federal government. And immediately she says, and I don't know whether we're moving or not because of this.
Right.
However, as I got to talk to her, she clearly is moving, period. Either now or in a month or in 2 months. And I had to sell her, or I didn't even have to sell her on this assumable rate. She clearly understood that she needs to come, maybe even this weekend,
Love it.
with her husband. We'll drive from Tennessee, and either myself or one of my agents will show it to her. So that is how you can play on the political, economical uncertainty, what's going on there, and also apply, different way to market properties, but also understand the psychology of people there. The fear of missing out is always there. And if the property is valued, if there is an opportunity to assume a mortgage at 4.99%, people will drop everything and they will drive long distance to look at just one house.
Right.
Can you imagine that?
Right. I love it. All right. Well, thank you for sharing. Yes, that's a good thing. I've got one I was just talking about the other day, so I'll need to check into that as well. So, all right, it is Friday. You have the whole weekend to make something great happen, okay? Don't get off this call and go just sit around, okay? Pick 2 hours every day this week, today, Saturday, Sunday, that you're doing something to move your needle forward, okay? Deep breath in, deep breathing, exhaling, smiling. Even if it's fake, come on, Tracy, give me that. Give me some love. Yeah, there we go. I got you, girl. Yeah, Michael, you can be a fake smile. Come on, Michael. There we go. All right, put a smile on and take a deep breath. It must be something with football. I don't know what that's about, but okay. High fives. I love you much, and I'll see you Monday. Thanks for being here.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, beautifuls. I'll see you on Monday. Have a super great day.